Hello, thank you for tuning in to Rose Knows Houses. This is our training. We love to share knowledge, insight, information with people about real estate investing. We're passionate and adamant about it. So let's dive right into the training. Today we're looking at deal structuring, developing multiple streams of income. There are so many ways to make money doing real estate deal as well as helping people out. But there's wholesale, there's lease option, there's rentals, there's rehabs, there are foreclosures, there's short sales, there's buying paper, there's lease options, there's owner financing. There's so many different ways to structure various deals. Today, we'll be looking at wholesaling. A little bit about me. My name is Roosevelt, and there is my lovely wife, Erica. We've been married for 21 years. We've been together for 25 years, and we have 5 beautiful children. Now, this here is a picture of my wife and me and a few of our children and multiple members of our family. And this is one of the reasons why we do what we do, because we love our family, and as most people do. And real estate has been able to provide a living for me, my family, my children. I have grandchildren now. It's just great for all of us. Real estate is diverse. There are so many ways to do a real estate deal. There are so many variables. We talked about a little bit of that a few minutes ago. Once you gather the necessary information, it will help you to determine the best way to structure the deal properly. We ask a lot of questions in real estate. You have to ask a lot of questions because the answer to those questions are going to determine how you need to structure your deal. Always do your own due diligence. People will tell you one thing and it's not always accurate, or it's not always true. And sometimes it's not their fault, they just don't know. And other times people are being intentionally deceitful, but either way is irrelevant. You have to always do your own due diligence. Don't just trust what somebody tells you, you must verify it. We have a saying in real estate: buyers are liars and sellers are worse. And basically what that means is that you can't trust people to always be honest with you. Who can you trust to always be honest, to always be ethical? So you have to do your own due diligence. The seller script is important. You need a very good seller script because you have to ask a lot of questions. And once you put all the questions on your seller script, all you got to do is read the script, right? I mean, you do it in a conversational tone, but you read the script. You know, you want to know who they are, their phone number, the address of the property they're trying to sell. You know, you want to know, why are they selling? Whatever questions is on your sheet, that one needs to be there. Why are they selling? That's very, very, very important. If you're talking to a realtor and you're trying to ask why a homeowner is trying to sell, they're not going to tell you. They're just going to say, hey, you want to buy the house or not? Right? But why are you selling is important, because I need to determine motivation. Motivated people make things happen. People that's not motivated don't. So if you ask, why are you selling, and they just say, well, you know, I'm trying to get a feel for the market. We're thinking about maybe selling in a couple years, and I'm just trying to put it out there and see what we need to do. You're probably not going to be able to put a deal together with that person. But if they say, listen, I just got transferred to Florida, and I've been down there 3 or 4 or 5 months. I've been having to make 2 payments. I got to make a payment on the house up here and the house in Florida, and it's killing me. I need to get rid of that property. That person you might be able to structure a deal with because they're motivated. LinkedIn. So here is a deal prospect or a deal that we did that we're going to kind of look at and evaluate. So when you're looking at a property, like I said, we're going to talk about wholesaling with this particular property. We want to look at the neighborhood. Always take pictures of the surrounding houses. Take pictures of the subject property. Take pictures to the house to the right, to the house to the left, and the houses across the street, so you can get a panorama view of the neighborhood. This is a picture of the garage, picture of the roof. You see the picture on the right? You can see that the roof has a tarp on it. And the roof looks a little, the shingles look a little curled. Well, this right here, the tarp is covering right around the chimney. So maybe it's leaking in the flashing, but this is leaking. That's why there's a tarp on it, to keep the water from getting inside of the house. So that's going to be the question when you get in, is how much water damage is in there? Is it just a shingle just a little messed up, or did it come through the shingles and then come through the wood and then come through the ceiling and then come through the floor? Okay, so that's something that needs to be looked at. These are close-ups. You see the front don't look that bad. The front part of the roof doesn't look bad at all. The back part, probably the weather side, looks a little tattered, and that's where the tarp is located. The bath and the kitchen. So with this bathroom here, depending on what your strategy is or what you're trying to do. If you're renting a property out, you might just clean the bath up a little bit. You might want to change the tile on the floor, maybe spruce it up a little bit if you're renting. If you're selling, then you want to change this whole bathroom out. You want to put in a new toilet. People don't want to sit on somebody's old toilet, right? You want to put in a better looking sink in there, pedestal, or a cabinet sink. You want to do something with the tub, put a jacuzzi tub in there, or have this tub resealed. And in the kitchen, see those cabinets? If you're renting it, you can leave the cabinets there. But if you are rehabbing it to resell it, you're going to need new cabinets. The living room picture, the dining room, bedroom 1 picture. I think this is a bungalow, and the living room and the dining room is, I think, is kind of combined. There's bedroom 2 on the right, on the left, bedroom 3 on the right. You see the carpet there on the bedroom 3, the one on the right? See how nasty that carpet is, and stained and all of that stuff on it? So you would have to change that carpet. But sometimes the hardwood floors under it are just as nice. You might want to rip that up and leave the hardwood floors, you know, and just have those treated. So it just depends. The major systems. This is a furnace and a water heater. And I don't think I got the electrical box on this particular slideshow, but look at that furnace on the left. Look at that. It's old, it's mammoth, but it was functional. So the question is, do I change it or do I leave it? That all depends. We're talking about wholesaling right now. So wholesaling, you're going to leave that up to the guy you're selling it to. He going to determine what he want to do with it. But now if you were looking at this property as one to do a rehab on, or to keep for yourself, you have to look at that furnace and say, can I get a couple years out of that if I want to rent it? Or do I just want to change it out while I'm in the rehab process? You know, look at them pipes. I don't know if they got asbestos or whatnot on them. So that's something you'd have to consider. The water heater looks just fine, or whether you rent it or flipping it, it looks just fine. The carpet and everything is in place. What is the ARV? So we need to determine the after repair value of the property. That is, what is the property going to be worth once you fix the roof, once you spruce it up, once you get it to where it's all together, how much is it going to be worth? And the market determines that, right? So you have to look at what they call comparatables. Comparatables are other houses just like that house that's sold in that area. Same bedrooms around, same percentage of the square foot. I mean, within, 10 or 20% of the square feet, right? That's sold within a mile of the subject property. That's sold within like the last 6 months to a year. Those are what you want to look at. So you got to find out what is it worth, because all the numbers is based on the ARV. How did you find that out? There's free websites, Zillow, ePraisal, Chase Bank has one. When you go to Zillow, don't look at the Zestimate. Zillow's estimates have been getting better over the years, but look at the comp sold. See what actually sold, not what Zillow is estimating that the property is worth. See what other properties in that area sold for. And that's how you come up with the ARV. Repair estimates. You also have to determine what are the repairs, right? The condition of the property plays a major role in our exit strategy. How we going? What are we going to do with this property? Okay, are we going to lease option? Are we going to wholesale it? Are we going to rehab it? Is it a subject to deal? Are we going to own a finance it? What are we going to do with this? But repairs, whatever we're going to do with it, repairs play a crucial role in our exit strategy. And don't get freaked out about the numbers. You don't have to be a general contractor, right? I use a simple formula: 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. When you're walking through the property to look at it, and if you wholesaling, you just want some general numbers, okay? If it need carpet and paint, say just put 5,000 on it. If it need carpet and paint and kitchen cabinets and stuff, then put 10,000. If it need carpet, paint, kitchen and bathroom, put 15,000. If it need carpet, paint, kitchen, bath, and it needs your major system, put 20,000. Right? You get the picture, right? Just add $5,000 on for everything that you think you need. You just want to be in a ballpark. You're just doing an estimate for your buyer, because whoever is buying the property, he got to come through, or she got to come through, and they got to do their own due diligence, because they the one doing the rehab, right? So let me tell you, this flip is true. If you thinking about buying this house to rehab it, just the opposite is true. You don't want general 5, 10, 15, 20. You don't want a contractor to come in, walking around the house and say, yeah, man, I could do this for you for 20,000. Right? Well, no. Where you get that number from? Okay? We can estimate on our side when we wholesaling, because they're going to do their own due diligence. But when we buying, we got to do our own due diligence. Right? So what you want is, write this down. You want an itemized list, right? You want it itemized. You don't want dude to tell you 20,000. You wanted a list of how he got to the 20,000. You want a breakdown of labor and materials. How much you charging me for labor? How much you charging for materials for each individual thing, not just for the whole project, right? If you putting the roof on, how much for labor for the roof and the labor and materials for the roof? If you painting me on the interior, how much for the paint, materials, and labor? Right? If you're doing my flooring, how much for labor and materials? Y'all get the picture. You want an itemized list for labor and materials if you're the one that's going to do the rehab, right? And then you can compare that with national averages. You can go online or Google and see what's the national average for per square feet to paint a house, per square feet to put a roof, labor and materials. So then that way you'll get a ballpark figure and know what you're dealing with. What is the financial situation? This is a big one. You need to know what the financial situation on the property is that you are looking to buy or to wholesale. Whenever you're talking to them about the deal, right? Always ask the question, do you own the house free and clear, or do you have a mortgage? Free and clear just means they have no debt. Taxes and insurance are always going to be present, but they have no debt. They have no mortgage. They don't owe nothing on the house. That's free and clear. Over leverage, as you see on the other side, mean they owe more than the house is worth. Okay, and then there's a number, whatever it is, in between. So you want to ask them that question after you build rapport and talk to them. You want to ask them, what do you owe on the property? Do you own it free and clear? Okay. Now, some people might say, oh, wait, oh no, that's personal. That's not personal. That is public information. It's recorded downtown. You can go to the website and see a mortgage on anybody's house. Right? But you don't want to have to go downtown to see it. You want to have to look on the website the downtown to verify it. Right? You want to verify. You ain't got to go downtown no more. I'm sorry, guys. Everything is online now. When I first started, you had to go downtown. Everything's online now. You go online, you want to verify what they told you. But if you got to pull teeth, if they won't tell you nothing, I had somebody call me once to buy a property. He wouldn't even tell me the address. I said, how I'm going? You want me to buy your house, sir? You don't even want to give me the address? So I already knew I'm not gonna be able to do nothing with this dude. He wouldn't even give me the address of the property. So, you know, you don't want to have to pull teeth to get information. Motivate people will volunteer the information. When you ask it, they'll give it to you. If they have a minor objection, all you got to do is say, you know what, ma'am, I can find this information out on the recorder's office. It's public information, but I'd rather just you give it to me so I can start doing my evaluation on the property right now and help expedite the process. Why are they selling? We talked about that a little bit earlier. We talked about the guy moving to Florida. Is he relocating? You know, is the property vacant? Has the property been vandalized? You know, are there tenants in the property? Right? Why are you selling? Do you need money? You know, do you have 2 mortgages and you need debt relief? You know, what is the reason for your selling? What is your motivation? Right? Why are you selling? And ask them that question, just like that. Why are you selling? And then be quiet and let them tell you why they selling, because they sure will tell you. Okay? And listen to the story. So this here is a wholesale deal that we are going to look at. That's the house on Langton. ARV of that property is $60,000. That means after it's repaired, the value of it, we estimate it at around $60,000. Now, 65% of $60,000, where we get that number from? 65% is the maximum you want to be in it of the value of the property. The 35% on top, that's going to be the profit or the cushion. Okay? So if the property is worth $60,000, 65% is the highest you can go. And most of the time you're going to be selling this to a cash buyer or somebody getting private funds to buy it. Private lenders are not going to go over 65 or 70% LTV. So we keep it at 65% just to be safe. And LTV means loan to value. Same thing as the ARV is a percentage of the after repair value of the property. Repair cost is $15,000. So we take the $60,000, we multiply it by $65,000, that gives us $39,000. Okay, that let us know what 65% of the ARV is. We minus the repair cost. So 65% minus repair cost, that is the maximum that we can pay for this property. Okay, the very maximum. We're going to even buy it ourselves in order to do these numbers. Is $24,000. So the sales price for this wholesale deal is $24,000, which means if you want a profit, you have to build in a cushion. So let's say you got the house under contract for $22,000. You would sell it for $24,000, you make $2,000. If you got it under contract for $20,000, you would sell it for $24,000, you make $4,000. See where I'm going? If you got it under contract for $14,000, you would sell it for $24,000 and make $10,000. Okay, that's how the numbers work on a wholesale deal. You always want to leave the bulk of the profit in for the end buyer, right? He might work these numbers and come up with numbers a little bit different, but this is the formula that we use whenever we're looking at properties, whenever we're looking to buy them. Is the ARV, 65% of the ARV minus repairs. That's what they call the MAO, or the maximum allowable offer. Okay, I hope this brief tutorial has been helpful. I wish you well in real estate investing. Sign up with me and I will teach you how to do these type of deals in detail and a whole lot more. So these are the various ways to contact me. At the moment is my phone number up here. Give me a call. Here's my email address. Here is my website. Those are the ways to contact me right now. We can do some discussing about how I could possibly help you further your knowledge in real estate. Thank you for your time. Happy investing.